Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. We're going to start this love reading by taking a look at your overall energy. And we'll begin with Alchemy. Strong. I don't know if I'm as strong as you think I am. And the Seven of Swords. So this perspective that you're not so sure if you're that strong, I don't think that that's a correct perspective. I think what this is that Seven of Swords. This is you trying to get away with this perspective on yourself that you really are misguiding yourself, misleading yourself, that you're not strong. You're not tapped into that strength that is inside of you. You're so concerned that it's not there, that you're not able to hold up under this pressure. But you've made it this far. You're still here. You're still moving forward. And that is what you should continue to do. And do that with this energy of alchemy. Take those combination of elements, integrate them. Take the perspective of your higher self. Follow your intuition and just don't stop. Keep moving forward. You do that, you can move away from the Seven of Swords energy. Continue to prove to yourself the strength that you do have, and you will see things starting to unfold and becoming, into your life, the things that you're attracting into your life, in alignment with that which you really desire. All right, what about your person? What is their overall energy here? Healing. Anxious. I can't sleep. I don't eat. I have no sense of inner peace. And the Knight of Pentacles. So your person is healing from this situation of anxiety. This is an energy that is leaving them now because of this healing process. And that's helping them create this vision, or maybe more accurately reveal to themselves this vision of what they're looking for in a relationship, what they're looking for in this connection, and trying to understand how a path between where they are and that goal and that experience can manifest in their life. What are those steps they can take? How can they move farther beyond this anxious energy and toward what they're looking for? So your person is in a good energy now. They're coming out of, really being kind of overwhelmed, I think, by this anxious energy and starting to heal from that. And so how do you feel about this connection, Capricorn? The Six of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. The balance. You're looking for the balance, and that balance is what's going to keep pushing you toward understanding this strength inside of you and keep realizing that through what you're achieving. This is even outside of this connection, that the things in your life that you set your mind to, you're setting your heart to, you set that intention on, you're going to see that is starting to succeed more and more, and that will bring that confidence and that balance inside of you. But this balance here, though, is the balance that you're feeling with your person, and the real desire for that, and what, further kind of temperance, balance, evenness that this connection can bring to you, and certainly celebratory, right? Very wonderful, an emotional state that just makes you happy with how things are, and just thankful that you have this person. And even if the connection is not fully established between the two of you, knowing that that is a possibility here. This Two of Pentacles is the need to interrupt the cycle of doubting yourself with the strength, doubting this connection, doubting if your person is interested in you, and moving beyond that to know that whatever the situation may arise, however it may present to you, you can meet that and overcome any challenges that are there, and you can celebrate anything that's worth celebrating in that. And that in and of itself is worth celebrating, because knowing that you can face what is coming to you, that's that inner strength. How does your person feel about this connection? the Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Swords. So interesting, they have the Three of Cups as well, so they have that celebratory feeling around it as well. They very much have their heart open to this, right? That is what we're seeing here, that this is, probably on that path of healing for them. But they have to figure out how to open up about it and start some communication here, because they likely haven't. Or if they have, it's not been very deep communication. Well, I would say that if they have communicated, and it looks like maybe they have with the Knight of Swords here, it's been kind of unfocused, maybe a little too anxious in the communication, right? Just maybe kind of hyper active in or overly verbose with that communication, and not really saying a whole lot. Maybe using a lot of words, but not saying a whole lot. And that's because they're stuck and they're not really sure, one, what precisely they want to communicate, but two, how they should communicate that. They're not really in the mode of that understanding. The more that they lean into this Knight of Pentacles energy, though, I think the more they get that vision for what they're looking for in specificity, right? Specifically, then I think then they're going to start understanding, okay, well, what they need to tell you, how they need to show you that they're interested, what they're interested in, particularly with this connection, and how it can move forward. How do you view this connection, Capricorn? Five of Swords, the High Priestess, and the King of Wands. The Five of Swords here is likely what we're seeing with the Knight of Swords, Two of Swords on their side, that you're probably confused about where they find themselves. How do they feel? What do they think about this connection, in the long term? It's possibly a source of friction between the two of you. But if it's not, it's at least causing a little bit of friction within yourself, Capricorn. The King of Wands, so keep taking that action forward, right? You know that if you do that, you're going to get where you need to be. Whether that's in understanding the full picture of where your person wants to go, and understanding that may not align with what you think or want, or just the opposite. Finding that out and understanding that it is what you want, and getting on that path with them. That's really the advice here, is to not stop and to not shrink back, right? That you're going to be able to face what comes. And the High Priestess is there with you. Pivotal card on your side. Your intuition is engaged. Keep that engaged, right? You can trust it. Don't doubt yourself in that way. Again, that's kind of a little bit of this doubt of your strength as well. Doubting your intuition will cause you to take counterintuitive action, counterintuitive thoughts, counterintuitive emotions, and that will lead you not where you want to go. That'll lead you usually to about the opposite of what you're looking for. So just keep that in mind as you move forward here. How does your person view this connection? The Seven of Swords, the Four of Cups, and Strength. So interesting. We'll come to the outside cards in a minute, but the Four of Cups, they feel that their emotions are kind of being ignored a little bit, or that's what they see here. And I think that may be technically true, but I'm not sure that they've even communicated them. So it's going to be hard for you, Capricorn, to really know where they're coming from, how they're feeling, if they're not telling you, right? And I think that's what's happening here, is kind of they're a little bit being their own worst enemy here, by doing that they feel that, or see that you aren't paying attention to their feelings, but they're not opening up about their feelings. They may think it's obvious how they feel, or it's obvious, but it's probably not obvious. So that's something that maybe they need to get in alignment. But if you can be aware of this, Capricorn, maybe you can kind of tease that out. Like, I want to know how you feel. Tell me how you feel. Trying to ask them to give you the deeper truth of it. What is their perspective emotionally? What are the things that they want you to be aware of in their emotions? Interesting, though, the Seven of Swords and Strength, that's their view on you directly, right? Seven of Swords, that's them seeing you kind of pulling the wool over your own eyes about the strength that you do have, because they do see that strength in you. So know that, Capricorn, that this is a very, very intense message that these cards come out on both sides, that you have the strength inside of you. Please don't doubt that, because relying on that is going to take you right where you want to go. What are next steps for you, Capricorn? Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Magician. So the Magician here is the same as that Alchemy card. So you are in the kind of energetic space that you need to be in. The Magician comes out here to tell you to keep pushing in that direction, keep relying on that energy, and keep using that. Apply to your own life so that you kind of expand your view and expand your understanding and push yourself forward. And the pages come out here, the cups and the wands, to say, look, yeah, you need to take these steps. You need to start some action here toward making this relationship be what you want it to be. You need to start speaking about your emotions. It can be playful. It doesn't have to be super grave and serious, right? But you need to start doing that, because if you don't, then you're going to hold it in forever, because you're going to lack the confidence and that strength inside of you to kind of put it out there to your person. You may misspeak. You may take some missteps. You may not communicate perfectly, but that's okay. If your person can't understand that there are missteps sometimes and that there are misunderstandings sometimes, it's going to be difficult for the two of you to really be able to come to any accord in the long term anyhow. So it's good to know that now versus later. I don't think that that's necessarily what's going to happen with your person, but for you, Capricorn, it's good to know to have that confidence to take those steps now and not wait on it. What are next steps for your person? Whoa. All right, so we have the Four of Swords, the Justice card, and the Wheel of Fortune. Very interesting here. The Four of Swords, they've got to continue this healing process, right? Restore, take some time for themselves, focus on themselves, take some relaxation, really unplug from other energies to kind of build their own back up. That's going to help them be balanced here. Interesting, we've got the Six of Pentacles on your side and the Justice card on theirs. You see the scales in the Six of Pentacles art. Again, that balance, that fairness, right? They have to be fair to themselves as well, but they also have to realize to be fair to you. With this Four of Cups thing, they need to realize that may not be fair, that they have that perspective that you're ignoring their emotions if they've not made it clear that they have some emotion inside that they've not opened up about, right? You need to know that, Capricorn. You need to know that, and it needs to be fair that they regard things this way. So they have to tell you, and then if you ignore, okay, well then it's fair that they are feeling in this Four of Cups energy. But they need to be aware that that's the kind of fairness that they need to take with this connection. The Wheel of Fortune. There's not going to be any guaranteed outcome here, right? There almost never is in anything in life, but they need to remember that, because the anxiety here may cause them to think or feel that if they take any action and it's not successful, then they may get upset that they did not receive the outcome that they think that they should have. That's not how life works. Life works in that you continue to put energy, you continue to put focus, and you continue to magnetize yourself towards something. And that's when, over time, it will come into your life. You can't just say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to have that, right? Sometimes we can do that in very simple things, but in particular when we're talking about relationships, we're talking about, large goals in our life, we really have to apply that energy and focus for extended period of time. That's that whole, you got to prove it to the universe that you want it sort of a thing. So they just need to be aware that even if they go through that, they may not receive exactly what they think that they want. But oftentimes what will happen is our higher self will protect us from the things that we think that we want that it really won't serve us. And so that's the whole, if something happens that seems like a disappointment, sometimes that's a blessing, because that shows us a different path, that helps us avoid something that could have been detrimental to us farther down the road. They just need to be aware and tune into that as a possibility. All right, let's get some of these message cards and see what your person has to say. I want to give you the world. So your person wants to move forward here. Wheel of Fortune, that could be one of those outcomes, right? The two of you coming together and really understanding a new kind of relationship, a new kind of spiritual growth and sort of playing together and discovering that world together, creating in a way that world together as well. Your person has this kind of grandiose view of this relationship, so that's really wonderful to see. In you, I see the depth of my life's true meaning. And this is very interesting because this is a very serious message, obviously, that they believe that the meaning of their life is aligned with this connection coming to fruition, which is very interesting, but also very humbling sort of thing to see and to understand. So know that this is the level of sincerity and depth that your person is regarding this connection with. So just be open to that, Capricorn, and understand, be open to it in the sense that if that seems to align with how you feel about this connection, and then see where things can go, right? Keep on this path, like we're saying, trying to move forward. If this does not seem to align with you, if maybe you aren't that serious about it, and you're like, I don't want to be that serious about it, just be open and honest with your person, right? They need to know, and it may be one of those things that now's not the right time. Maybe it's sometime in the future, and maybe it's not. But the two of you will be able to work that out together as long as each of you take this kind of balanced, fair, and open approach to communication.